Oh, now we live.
Girl, come on.
Hey y'all, sorry. She dropped the camera. It wasn't me.
You dropped the camera.
No, I dropped that camera, the good camera. I ain't dropped the phone camera. Okay, so we live. We about to get ready to record. You know, I don't see if we got no viewers or not, but it's all good.
Let me see if the video is coming up on your page. Is it on yours, Shia?
Can you see me?
Now.
Can you see me twerking? Can you see me twerking?
Yes, it is up here.
Oh, let me get out the camera.
Right here on my lower screen.
Oh, and here's Feast.
Doing the most.
Okay, guys.
Okay, so now we live.
Tonight. Okay, for real. Now we're done playing games. We're about to get this show started. It is going to be an interesting one. If you've been on the podcast, thank you so much for your patience with us. What you've been experiencing is our behind the scenes. Is how we get ready for the show, right? We guys got a bunch of stuff going on because obviously I'm the technical person. Then we have the makeup person. Then we have the person that doesn't read the show, and then the person that does the research when she gets to the show.
Ooh, they shade.
So
that was all
shade. So that was intentional shade. All right, guys, y'all ready to get the show? Wait, what you doing?
I don't know. It wasn't showing me no video. Do I gotta get something?
I think the video's right here.
It ain't playing though.
You can't get a W on the iPad either.
Well, while they're discussing that, I'm gonna show y'all I prepared. So, got my 3 pages of notes, boo.
Okay, I can just do it from my phone. Why are you making me do it on the iPad when I can just do it from my phone?
I never told you to do an iPad. I'm confused.
Okay, wait. So how I do it on
So you gotta go to your pages. So here, go here. And then here's your page. It's at the top. It's your favorites.
Oh, so now I can do it.
And here's a live video. I've done for you.
Look at that. I didn't get that. And then how do I?
You got
Okay,
yours?
so now I can share it.
Get your phone. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sharing it. And I see that Shy is watching. I'm just gonna answer from my page then. Not from the.
It doesn't matter to me how you answer. I don't care. Who's on there? Invite my sister.
I like
You can invite people at the school.
Okay, here, do it. Let's do it again.
I went to share. I shared it on my page.
Are you on the oh, it says right here, watch video. Yours is already right there.
You don't give me the option to invite them.
Okay, obviously guys, we're still putting them on the page. So for those of you that is I feel like on our podcast.
It feels weird watching myself do stuff right. Okay, let me put the number on here.
That's a good idea.
Okay, are you done with my phone?
No.
646.
646-564-9986.
It's right here.
Oh, look at that. See, look at you prepared.
You know this is an Android, so it's a little bit different than my phone.
Child, the shade.
No, it really is an Android. So it's a little bit. I think I want some video. I want some by accident.
Oh, I can't invite people because it's not mine live.
Oh, here it is. Got it.
Okay. I'm gonna just keep it right here and I'm gonna call them if somebody starts talking
Okay, so for the people on the podcast, we're gonna take you to break, and we'll be right back. When we come back, we will literally be ready to start the show for real.
to us. In real life.
Okay.
I'm trying to bring all this thing on technology.
Everybody ready to move?
No, not yet.
Wait. Oh, listen. I need a little pen. I can't believe
Oh my goodness. Let me know when y'all ready and then we'll go.
Oh, I love it. Why you really getting all these pens for that right part?
That's not my bad.
What?
Because I got one. Y'all ready or what?
I'm ready. All right, wait a minute. Let me
It's
Okay,
3:20. We're
go.
supposed to be on show number 2.
Child.
Go.
But I can't go until you hear the action.
All right, we're ready.
You supposed to be looking at that camera.
Yeah. This one is the one doing the show. That'll just watch us. You guys ready?
Yep.
Come on, get it, girl.
I see.
It was worth it.
Hello and welcome to the Orgasmic Women Show. Finally, we are ready to get started. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to have such a great show. We know we have been extremely, what is the word?
Technical difficulties.
Late,
Delayed.
unprepared.
Delayed. We were prepared. We was here about an hour early, but
No, we weren't here about that. I was here.
she lied. I came here about
She got here
5
45 minutes late.
45
Shy
minutes
and I
early.
We're here.
I made it.
Lied.
Nevertheless, I'm your host, London Brown. Welcome. So I'm going to let the panel introduce themselves to you, and then we're going to get started. We'll go to my right, and then we'll go to my left.
Hi, I'm Fee.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Fee.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tina.
Hey, Tina.
Hey, everybody. I'm Shy.
Hey, Shy. So let's do promos on the table. Are there any businesses that you guys are promoting?
Yes, I am promoting my company, First Arrival Survival Training, and I teach CPR and First Aid and AED, along with a lot of other topics for your jobs. So please get at me at 414-530-0016 so you can be certified for your job.
Hey, and listen, they hate my slogan. Can I do my slogan or what?
No, please
I just want to do my slogan. This is my slogan
your
for a
slogan.
business.
Jesus, let's do it.
Don't get caught dead without it.
Like you swear you're a marketing genius.
I swear. I have one for you too. Are you gonna highlight your business?
Well, yeah, let's do that.
Let's
Okay?
do it.
It's about time to get out there. Okay. So I am a makeup artist here in the greater Phoenix area. It is Purple Kisses, so come and get kissed by Fee. My phone number is 414-897-2533, and look out for our Instagram page and our Facebook page coming up.
Doc, I'm gonna play on your phone tonight.
So
It
it be dry anyway. It's about time somebody called me.
I'm gonna just promote real quick. First of all, if you don't know me, I have a serial amount of entrepreneurship businesses. So first, I'm just gonna promote the show that you're watching, the Orgasmic Women Show. Listen, we're trying to hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, so please go and subscribe to our channel on YouTube so that we can customize the channel. You can join any of my pages on Facebook. I have the London Brown Show, which is formerly a podcast, and we're gonna dual take my podcast and bring them over to the show. So right now we're broadcasting live with the podcast and with the YouTube. So it is a lot of work, but we got it.
You got it. You definitely got it.
We're also looking at a studio because we're going to be bringing in a live audience, like just a few people just to kind of join us, right? So we're only going to get better.
Awesome. Yes.
And I'm looking forward to that. Also, I'm going to promote A Hot Summer. That's a book that was written by myself under the pen name of Queen. It is urban erotica.
Yes.
A lot of erotica.
Yes.
So if you don't know what erotica is, I'm going to ask you not to read the book. The book,
Don't do it.
the book is really intense. It's very vivid. You can picture the characters. You can picture the scenes. It is no 50 Shades of Grey, honey. It's shut 50 Shades of Grey completely down. And I'm going to just tell you right now, I'm in the running with Zane and Sister Soldier up in here, okay? And that was book number 1. I'm working on book number 2.
Okay.
So, that book is available on Amazon. Check us out. We're also on Barnes & Noble, Google Books, and iBooks, but please buy it off Amazon. Support your local author.
Yes.
With that being said, we're going to be doing a new spotlight. It's called the WIN Spotlight. Now, let me give you a little background on WIN. WIN is our Facebook group. It's a Women Entrepreneurship Network. So if you're on Facebook, go and find that. What we are trying to do is we're trying to build a network of women that support each other in business, meaning we want to buy product and service from women entrepreneurs. We also want to see some reviews posted there and everything. So what I kind of do as a reward, because we see so many groups on Facebook that go dormant, right? I don't want it to be just another dormant group. I want it to be something that we're taking something from. So as kind of, I guess, would be maybe a incentive. Oh, good word. She's a banker. To kind of engage in the group, we do what we call the win spotlight. That's where we randomly go into the group and select a business that we're going to highlight on the show. I did the first business, but each of my panel members will have the opportunity to choose the business of their choice. So if you're interested, go and join the Facebook group and then get in there and engage. Every Wednesday we do Win Wednesdays, where 1 or 2 entrepreneurs actually get in there. They introduce their businesses, maybe post live videos, reviews, whatever. But we want the group to be active. The spotlight for today is Carmen Ray's Be Well 2019 retreat.
Yes.
Oh.
So yay for Carmen.
Yes.
The retreat is happening Friday, January 18th through January 20th. It's going to be at the Cambria Hotel in Phoenix Chandler Fashion Center. And that address is 3165 West Fry Road, and then that's Chandler. So you can get the tickets off Eventbrite.
All
Yes.
right.
I heard she put on a good event.
Yeah,
So.
she does.
Well, I have to join that because I'm looking for a retreat. I need wellness.
Yes.
For 2019, that's what I want to be
Staycation?
well. Yes.
Carmen is very well connected in the entrepreneurship area. I have actually spoken at one of her events. She and I are really good friends.
Okay.
So yay for Carmen. If you don't know her, connect with her. If you're new to business, that's going to be the one that you're going to want to connect with.
Carmen,
Ray.
I'm going to hit you up, girl.
Definitely. So now we're going to do our new segment that I'm super duper excited about, right? So we've been talking about which letter we're going to pick the entire show.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So I'm going to let Fee, you can go to the inbox and pick the letter that you want to respond to.
Okay.
Wait, let me tell you what the segment is first.
Okay.
The new segment is called Dear Old Women, right? So it's like our Dear
John.
Dear John,
Yeah.
Dear Ann,
Dear Abby.
Dear Diary,
Dear
Dear
Abby,
Abby
that's it.
segment. What you can do is you can write us a letter anonymously to the inbox or email us at that's a different show. Oh, that's my other show. Or email us at theorgasmicwomenshow@gmail.com and we will respond to your letter on the air anonymously. You got the letter you want to
Yes, I do.
do? Okay. All right.
Okay, so the letter reads, my friend is married and she's having an affair with a married man. Ooh, teacher. It makes me so angry because my husband had an affair on me and I confided in her about how wrong and selfish it is. Many times I cried with her and she was there for me and has always been a good friend to me. Over 10 years of friendship. She has this affair with him as if it's okay and then runs and tells me every detail. I don't want to hear it, and honestly, I don't want to be her friend anymore. Am I overreacting? Signed, she was a friend of mine.
Ooh.
Right.
Okay.
Well.
Teacher. Shade in the tea.
Right. So what's your advice?
Ooh. Okay. So this is how I feel. We all know adultery is wrong. Having an affair is wrong. But I think that women think that it's supposed to change when they become a wife. Oh, when I'm married, you know, that's the girl. Oh, when I'm married, you know, my husband isn't supposed to cheat. But when because your friends feels comfortable talking to you about this situation. So when you was out in the streets before you got married, y'all probably was messing with people's husband or messing with people's man. So now that you married and you feel like, okay, now it's not supposed to happen to me, you reap what you sow. So I'm not saying that anybody deserves to be cheated on. I'm not saying that anybody deserves to have their husband, you know, out in these streets. But you know who you married, and you have to, you know, talk to your friend and just be like, hey, at this point in my life, that's not where I'm at with it. You know, I'm trying to change. I'm trying to do something different. And it's vexing my spirit that you think that this is okay. Because the only reason why she's talking to you about it is because she feel like that you think it's okay. Because at one point, y'all probably did think it was okay. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So real quick, before everybody else chimes in with their comment, if you want to give some advice, call us live. The phone number is 646-564-9986. So we're going to go with Shy, and then we'll hit Tina. Shy, what's your opinion?
Well, I'm going to piggyback off of B. She obviously thinks it's okay because, you're telling her something to make her think that it's okay that she comes and talks to you. If you don't want to hear it, I say, number one, friends are too far and few in between just to cut her off and say, I don't want to be your friend anymore. I would definitely tell her, like, hey, girl, we could talk about the weather, we could talk about the sun, but I don't want to talk about you with her man or whatever, because you know what I've been through, and it brings back bad memories. But I wouldn't say get rid of your friend. I say hold on to your friend. Go ahead and, you know, talk to her about other things, and just let her know that's not where I am. Like Fee said, I'm not there, so let's talk about anything else but that, and let's move on and continue with your friendship, girl.
I know that's right.
Okay, Tina, what's your feedback?
Okay, to piggyback off these women, I am too a married woman. Therefore, you should be as evenly yoked, have married friends. Therefore, you will not go through this.
Say it.
As for me, if it was me in those shoes, I would cut her off.
Ooh,
Simple fact, and it's real talk, because I don't have time for the BS, the extra, the drama, and it seems to me that your friend is a lot of drama.
Ooh,
apparently she cannot find a man of her own, that she has to find someone else. So therefore, you speak to your friend and let her know how you really feel. If she defends herself, then you cut her off. That's my opinion from another married woman.
Okay,
Tina, hot down there. Woo, girl.
Tina ain't playing no games. She ain't coming to play with y'all messing with nobody else.
At all. I'm trying to tell you.
What you think, London? Because you're married.
I am.
And I know you got, you know, a little feist in you, so.
I don't play.
Okay.
I don't play about my husband.
But how do you feel about people? Okay.
No, absolutely not. It is no excuse for you sleeping with a married man. I don't care what you want to say. Oh, he's separated. No, he's married until he's single.
Ooh,
that's how it goes with me. I understand Tina completely. We are like two peas in the pod. So I already knew her answer before she answered it. Because it's part of our character. We're Geminis.
Girl.
We do not, it's
personality.
No. When it comes to certain things, now it's not to say all Geminis like that, but they say birds of a feather flock together. Tina and I have been, first of all, related, but we have been hanging out for years. If I thought she was somebody that would be sleeping with a married man, we wouldn't be hanging out together. That's just not my spiel. But you know, to each his own. But just know, you have made a really good point earlier before the show, and I think this needs to be said. You must reap what you sow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is no way around it. So now you do with that what you will.
And pray for God to give you the grace to get through your karma. That's all I can say.
I cut a girl off because I'm just tell a story real quick and then we'll move forward to the next topic. Because she and I was talking about dating, and she was like, I was saying I would never date any of my friends' exes. That's me. I don't care if you were in a serious relationship or not, and I don't want to jump into our next show. But to me, that's just not it's not the thing for me. I feel like there's just too many men in the world for me to need somebody you already had.
Absolutely.
And one of the comments she made to me was, well, what if your husband that became your ex-husband was my soulmate? I didn't give her no warning. She ain't heard from me since. And that was years ago.
I feel bad for whoever that was. Actually, I feel happy for them because you didn't say nothing.
I didn't say anything. I was trying to change over. I told the Lord, I'm trying to make a change.
This the one that won't let us even be friends with Aaron if they break up.
Listen here. Your loyalty is to me. Don't make me question it. All right, so we're going to move on. Let's move on to our politics, right? Okay, so you guys know, before I even get jumped off into the politics, let me just tell you why you're here. We're going to be visiting our hergasm, which is because the reason why I want to say this because it all ties in together. It's been such a huge social media surrounding about everything we're going to talk about today. That's why we have the guest call in line, because we want you to chime in. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you chime in here and you say something I don't like, you better be ready, because I got time today. Okay? The hergasm for today is raising the rug, exposing the predators and protectors, especially the women. All right,
that's
the honey.
No shame.
Honey. So before we jump into, let's talk about the government shutdown.
How many times they gonna shut the government down?
Hold on. So I know this is going to be an intense topic. We have gotten a lot of feedback from the show, so we're going to try and control it more. Because people say they don't like that we talk over each other, but we're women. We got a lot to say.
That's why we're here.
Yes. kind of what we do, you know. But nevertheless, whatever. So I'm going to give you a little bit a wrap up of the government shutdown. Then we're going to hear from the ladies. So it's stretching into its third week. The shutdown is now the second longest in the U.S. history. And basically Trump is saying no wall, no deal.
What a tantrum.
Like a child.
Such a baby.
It impacts 800,000 federal workers who are not receiving paychecks. So that means I'm not flying anywhere. Okay?
At all.
Basically, the resolution is Donald Trump's demand for a wall for the U.S. and the Mexico border. And it is actually what he promised in his campaign, which is why he's pushing for it so much. Because he said, if you make me president, I'm going to build a wall. So now he's trying to hold good to his word. Despite telling us that Mexico was going to pay for the wall, he is now demanding that $5.7 billion in taxpayer monies go toward that wall. Now, if somebody wants to get in here, a wall is not going to stop them. But I'm not even going to go there. Basically, the Democrats are saying, no, we're not going to pay for a wall. And he's saying, if you don't pay for a wall, I'll stretch it into months or even years. So we'll hear from the ladies and see what they think about this.
I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, but that's going to be very hard to do. First of all, he's throwing a tantrum because he's a big baby. He doesn't like when things don't go his way. He has yet to explain what the purpose of the wall is.
Yeah.
It's simply because he doesn't like Mexicans and he doesn't like other cultures. That's all I feel, and that's the closest. He don't like himself, but that's the closest country that he can, pick on. Honestly, I feel like this should be a lesson to the people that voted for him, and a lot of the people that voted for him are the people that are affected by this government shutdown. And I mean, not just the people that are federal workers, but even the poor people that voted for him, that receive food stamps, that receive Section 8, things like that. All of those programs are being threatened. So you take a hard look at yourself and the reasons why you voted for him, strictly because you sided with his racist agenda. And now you think about the fact that you're not going to have food for your kids in March. You're not going to have a place to stay. Some of these people are going to be threatened to get evicted if he doesn't, bring the government back up. So I say all this to say, think about what you're going to do in 2020. Be an informed voter, because this man was never qualified to run this country.
Never.
And he wasn't even qualified to run the companies that he ran. All the companies, his companies, all he did was file bankruptcy. He was just a rich, privileged person that manipulated the system, and he manipulated the people of America, and he manipulated the vote. So that's y'all fault. Change it in 2020.
I agree with everything she said. And for Mr. President, Donald Trump, hey, you're supposed to be rich already, so why don't you use the money that you have already?
Hello?
If you want that wall built so bad.
Okay, you start.
So, right, you start the bricks off. So therefore, that the government employees can get back to work and have their families, and its children are involved in this.
Yep.
So you're not hurting just the panel of the senators and all that. You're hurting real people, real lives.
Oh, they're getting paid.
Exactly. So therefore, hey, just like what's her name said, that the policemen are getting paid. So that bill went out.
Yep.
Regardless of anybody else's, hell, the police got to get paid.
Yep.
So it's crazy. So I think you need to just do it yourself.
Right.
Out your own pocket. You got so many companies and buildings.
Won't you do it?
Exactly. You get out there and do it. You want it so bad.
Absolutely. Shine.
So London said the second longest. This is actually confirmed the longest at 23 days.
Oh, that's the second?
Yes.
Sorry.
First longest was 96 with 21 days. We are now the longest. And I think he did that on purpose because he got to make a name for himself. He has to be the person. I was the longest shut down.
Yeah.
I was the only one that got the wall built.
Yeah.
So he has to make a name for himself. So my notes simply say spoiled president.
Yep.
I left out the other part because like I said, you can't curse.
I did not say you couldn't curse.
So what you meant?
Spoiled ass president, because he reminds me of little kids that I've dealt with during my teaching career, and when they can't have something, they lay out on the floor. I lay out with them, lay out there and cry and everything else, because you can't have a wall. These people, you're messing with people's livelihood.
Yes.
You're messing with people's families. I've watched numerous videos while preparing for this show of military people. These people are protecting our country, and they can't afford to give their kids a birthday party. But I bet you Lil Baron in the Trump Tower, I bet you he having parties.
Okay.
Get yourself together.
Speak the truth, child.
Get the TSA agents paid.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, if I go someplace and there's something happen on the plane, I'm coming for you. No, I'm not.
That's already the secret.
Right.
But he is. He making people exposed to. He really is exposing our country to terrorist acts.
With fear. You know, he's putting that fear in, and this actually ties into everything else that we're speaking on. How people embed fear in people to make them do what they want them to do, and our leader is doing that.
What a big bully!
And it's surprising that one of our topics is staying in one of his buildings right now. So,
you know, it's just a terrible situation with people that can't feed their families.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, while the leader of the free world is out there throwing a tantrum, people can't eat. They can't pay their rent. Bills don't wait because you're having a tantrum about a wall. And let me tell you something. While you're talking about the Mexicans and all this extra, they want to come here, they're coming here. I just seen somebody open up a video on Facebook where they slipped the mattress open. They was in mattress trying to come through customs. There's more than Mexicans that can. I don't even know why the president would promise that Mexico would pay. Mexico ain't paying for nothing.
It's a third world country.
Right.
They don't have the money.
I don't know if you've ever been there, but they're a third
world
world.
country.
They don't have no money to pay for no wall, and if they did, they wouldn't pay for a wall anyways.
And if that's the case, that they can afford to pay for a wall, why they sneaking over here anyway?
Exactly.
They don't sneak over here. Everybody doesn't sneak over here to do drugs and violence
crime,
because those people been getting over here for years and they ain't sneaking. Trust me. But the people that are sneaking across the border are people that are really in dire straits. I've been to Mexico. I literally cried when I crossed the border because how poor people live. And they come over here for a better life, and they do the jobs that us spoiled Americans don't want to do, like cleaning houses, like doing lawns and toilets and all that kind of stuff. Y'all don't want to do that. Those are the people that do it, and not to degrade them and all, but they're willing to work hard for their American dream, and we get it handed to us. So, you know, think about that. It's ridiculous. They gotta do something about that. It ain't no law that say when the president is throwing a fit.
Normally the presidents don't throw a fit, and they normally don't get on Twitter and rant either. But we see that's just a new thing to do. All right, so we're gonna move forward now. We're getting ready to move into our tea time.
Ooh.
But the tea time is tied into our orgasm, so I'm going to blend them today. Okay. Let me give you the phone number again, because you may not be able to get a word out once we start this topic. Okay. Live call-in is 646-564-9986. Again, that number is 646-564-9986. Somebody post the status to our page and put the number on there, please. All right. So let's do our tea time. So recently, this past weekend, I believe it was, there was a docu-series on R. Kelly.
Ooh.
And with the mixture of the I'm going to hit everything first, and then we're going to go back and talk about it. So after the docu-series showing the allegations of multiple inappropriate relationships with young children, that's what they are. I'm not going to say women, young children. Kids. Then after the docu-series aired, everybody started to attack Andrea Kelly, which is his wife, because they found a video that surfaced where she was basically playing his music saying, "That's still my baby daddy." So that's one point. The second one is there was a video posted about Master P saying, he was saying basically, he wasn't taking the blame from R. Kelly, but he was saying we need to look at the parents. If that was my child, there's no way my child would have been in there as a parent and I wouldn't have been going in there to get him.
Exactly.
The third thing was Jada Pinkett Smith. She posted a video saying she could not understand how the sales increased for R. Kelly after the docuseries aired. And then, last but not least, a point that I want to talk about is Damon Dash. He did kind of like a YouTube interview with an interviewer, saying basically that.
I think it was Nick Cannon.
Was it Nick Cannon?
Yeah.
Clash or something like that.
Saying that whatever happened to Aaliyah when she was with R. Kelly was so bad to the point that Aaliyah couldn't even talk about it. She could say nothing, but he was a very bad man. So I want to talk about that. I'm going to say, I don't know if I should start or if I should save my opinion for last.
No, start. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, fine. First and foremost, there's absolutely no excuse for a predator to be excused and praised by women. I don't want to hear, oh, look at them, they're trying to take down a black man. You can't take down a black man if he wasn't sleeping with a kid.
Hello.
Okay, I'm tired of everybody making everything about black or white. Well, they don't do this with the white people, then that's our fault. That's our fault, because we can prosecute the white people like we prosecute the black people. We can put them on social media. We don't care. We're too busy worried about labels to worry about what's really happening. And everybody say, I love his music. His music has nothing to do with the allegations. He's a pedophile. If you want to listen to his music, go right ahead. You can't listen to his music in my house, in my car, in my business, or anything else. I'm just not having it. At the end of the day,
I low-key been skipping it too on Pandora.
let me just tell you, at the end of the day, and I have not listened to R. Kelly music for years. This was even before the docuseries aired, because he has always been a pedophile in my mind. I can no longer listen, and one of my favorite CDs of all time used to be 12 Play. I can't even listen to it knowing you're talking about a kid. Like, dog, like you a pedophile, like you nasty. That's and every woman that got on there like, well, I'm still gonna listen to his music. You are the problem, and you are the reason why kids don't come forward.
Yep.
And I wish I had a zoom on this camera.
Swear.
You are the problem. You are the reason why your daughters and your nieces and your cousins are getting molested by granddaddy and uncle and won't tell you, because they see you protecting this pedophile. Because if it wasn't R. Kelly, you would be right on board. But because he's R. Kelly, I love his music. He's talented. I don't care if he's talented or not. He's a pedophile.
Yes.
You can't go molesting kids and think it's sweet.
Right.
And then women, you're protecting him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all always got something to say about everything else, but you ain't got nothing. Well, I don't believe the women. You know what? I hope it never happens to your daughter, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm coming for you. The minute you post something happen to your daughter on Facebook, I'm getting right on your side. It's like, well, when it was somebody else's daughter, you didn't seem to care.
Hello.
The problem is, no. People say it's never important until it's your child. No, I'm going to protect your kid, so it can never be my child. You understand what I'm saying? Because I protect those that don't have a voice.
Yep.
I cannot participate with anything. Everybody knows me. I have an issue with anybody doing anything to a child. That's it. I don't leave my kids with nobody. Ask the panel how many times they watch my kids.
Girl, because they can't protect themselves.
Period. I barely even leave my kids with my mama, and she will tell you. Because I do not, like, I'm that serious about it. You know what I'm saying? It is a select few that can actually watch my kids. And most of the time it has to be in my house, and my other kids have to be present.
Y'all don't want to watch booty.
There are so many stipulations, because when kids get molested, it is the people that they know, that they trust.
It is.
You know, like R. Kelly, they was like, oh, why did you want to come forward? Do you know how intimidated that must be for them to come forward when you're being
superstar?
mega?
Yeah.
This guy's a mega. He is powerful, and they've seen him beat a case already where he around here pissing on girls. Pissy stuff.
He's been doing this for years, and the black community been protecting him for years.
Period.
Yes.
And it's just a shame that they will find anybody to blame but the person that's doing the dirt.
Yeah.
My thing is what do a 30 to 40-year-old man have in common with a 16, 17-year-old to even be friends with them?
Period.
I wasn't friends with nobody that was 30.
Period.
I can't think of nobody in my life that I felt comfortable enough to kick it with when they was in their 30s or in their 20s. So why, even if y'all trying to make a justification to say that, oh, you know, it's the parents and the parents should be held accountable, what on earth would make a parent believe that this is a friendship with a 30-year-old man and you 16 or 17 years old?
And then have you think about it, also, his kids don't even want to be around him.
Right.
No, they don't.
His kids, they never live with him. So what makes you think it's okay for someone else's child to be around
Right,
him?
and why would he want somebody else's kids and he ain't even got his own kids?
Right.
But the girl, Lisa, on Jada Pickett's Red Table, did you guys get a chance to see
No.
that?
Yes.
Okay, so Jada Pickett did it with the young lady Lisa, who actually leaked the tape. She did a Red Table, and she said, R. Kelly asked her at one point in time, it's like, would your mom be okay with you coming to Chicago? She said, yeah, sure. She was like, I never even asked my mother. So a lot of times the parents did not. I know when I was 16, 17, and I tagged my mother in this video, but I hope she's not watching. But it was a lot of stuff that me and my girlfriends did. Hell, at 13, 14, there was a lot of stuff that me and my friends did because we were able to take the Pace bus and the CTA bus in Chicago, roll around, and our parents didn't even know. As long as we were back by street lights come on or 8 o'clock, they don't know what, girl, they don't know what was going on during them times. So
you know, I was gonna say that too. Like, Because one of the reasons why I have such an issue with it is because I'm the victim of that type of same situation where older men preyed on me as a young woman. I'm actually pretty in real life.
Girl, bye.
Without the filters. I just want to throw that in there. In case people are watching that I know should be watching. But that's never neither here nor there. But what I was going to say is, I'm actually the victim of that, all jokes aside. You know, my mother didn't know what was going on. I was sneaky. I was doing all type of stuff. But as a grown man, he should have known better. He should have known better. He knew exactly how old I was.
The buck should have stopped with him. Period. Point blank. And he been doing this for years. And the sad part is that y'all so outraged. It was, you know, I was happy that, you know, people were outraged about it. But at the same time, I'm like, first of all, this ain't nothing new. Because your neighborhood, you know, drug dealer, you know, your neighborhood superstar was allowed to do it with you, was allowed to do it with your sisters, your cousins, your aunties, your mamas. You know, some of y'all grandmamas and granddaddies got a 20-year difference. They started dating your grandma when she was 14 and 18.
But the thing about that is that got fixed. That was a different time. That got fixed. People saw that this ain't right. Why do we have grown men with these little kids? Right. I don't know what would make people's logic. Nothing.
Now I know I was pretty mature for my age when I was younger. However, I still thought like a child. I still would do impulsive things like a child without thinking about it. Hell, I still do some of those things that I'm in my 30s. And one of my friends on Facebook, she wrote a post and she was like, how the hell do y'all expect a 16-year-old to not be subject to manipulation when some of y'all 30 and 40 and still got grown men manipulating y'all? And that's so true.
It is.
Like, what do you think, how much more do you think that a 16-year-old can process that they're being manipulated or be able to get out of an abusive situation when y'all can't even get out of it? Y'all in y'all 30s and 40s. So it should have stopped with him. He should have never let it eat. And that lets you know right there that he's a predator. Period.
Yeah. And I say that too because that's why they want these young girls. They want the young girls because they can manipulate them and get them to do. When I start going through my mind, and people wonder why I'm so strict, like with my kids and stuff and who they date, I need to know, is because when I start going back through my mind, I'm like thinking about the things I did, and I'm like I wouldn't do that now. Yeah. Because I'm a grown woman now. But that's why they want kids, because kids can be groomed.
Exactly.
Like, dude, anyway,
taking penitentiary chances for these dudes, like doing all type of crazy stuff, drugs, and you know. I just remember like all the, you know, little hood dudes used to like me because I was a square. And it was because they knew that they probably could manipulate me into holding some drugs or doing something. Thank God for my grandmama because she was a prayer and she kept us in church and she kept us away from a lot of different stuff that I didn't even get that far away that I could, you know, be in a situation like that. But I could easily see myself in that situation when I was 6 because I thought it was cute. When a 21, 25-year-old girl used to be like, oh, she's so square, I love it. Like she just so smart. I'd be like, yeah.
My mom was a warden.
You were sneaking. Yeah, you was digging a tunnel
because my mom was a warden. Like we couldn't do anything. So I started rebelling. So that's like the perfect. That's the perfect girl for a predator. One that's rebelling against the parents. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand it then until I had my own kids, and I began to understand the panic and the fear that she was always feeling. Because it doesn't matter how old my child is 21, my oldest. Doesn't matter how grown, she feel like she grown. You'll never know the fear that I experience every single time. The anxiety when I don't hear from her, like
1 or 2.
It never goes away. When she calls me at like 2, I panic. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, I'm just calling to see what you're doing. I'm like, don't call me at 2. But she's like, hey mom, what you doing?
All anxiety.
I literally hold my breath every single time. It never goes away. So and then just because she's 21 right now. Even running into, you know, the men that's older than her now, you know, I'd be like, I'd be happy that she's like, oh, they old. You know, I'm happy that you feel like they're old because they are older than you.
And they look for girls that age because you're very impressionable.
Yeah.
No matter how confident you may think you are, how mature you may think you are, those men have practiced that for years. They know exactly what to say. And it's never like, people don't understand that abuse is never like all of a sudden. I just all of a sudden start abusing you. I just all of a sudden got you brainwashed. It's little things. Time, like over time. They was explaining that R. Kelly would confide in the women about him being molested or about his childhood and stuff. And people that have experience similar things. It's easy for them to commiserate with you. It's easy for them to put themselves in your shoe, and then they feel sorry for you. And then they feel like, I don't want to be the one that leaves him out there. I don't want to be the one that doesn't believe his story. I don't want to be the one that turns their back on him. So then they deal with a lot of different stuff from you because they don't want to be the one that walked away. They want to be the difference. And that's what Andrea Kelly was saying. Something wrong with that lady. I'm just put that out there. She been abused for years, but something probably was wrong with her. She probably came from a family that already had some stuff going on, and so what was going on with him wasn't something different, new to her. But because that's what happens with a lot of those women, like they already experienced it in some form in their family. But it's just like something wrong with her. The live videos she making, like y'all get mad at her, but I'm thinking like, this lady really retarded.
But she literally tells, if you listen, because I went back to listen, because everybody's like, look at this video she posted. I'm like, this is what I'm saying. You got to make sure the validity of the article that you post is correct. Because people on the internet are so impressionable and they just jump at anything. And I have told so many people, so many articles, like, that's not true. It's not a good article.
I hate people.
But one thing that comes with being a talk show host and I've done podcasting for years, is that you got to be ever so careful about the information you put out. So everything that I share, I go validate. I don't just hit share. I got to go validate it because if I share and it's wrong, the knowledge doesn't get fixed. It keeps going over. So I went back to look at some things that happened with her, and she was like, this guy was beating her up for years. You don't understand how a victim. Oh, I had this conversation with somebody. What was it? You on Facebook? You don't understand how a victim will react. Like that girl Samantha Smart, is that her name? Samantha Smart? The kidnapped. The little white girl. She was kidnapped and she was gone for years.
It's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, and people was literally asking her like, have you been kidnapped? And she was saying no. She loved her kidnapper. Because that's what happens when you're a victim. And this lady was, and I was watching the show, and her kids was there. The kids want nothing, like you said, want nothing to do with him whatsoever. And she was saying at the end of the day, it was like, why don't you change your name? She said, at the end of the day, I earned my name. And she did. He didn't beat her. He didn't change her.
What is wrong with her? Why would you want to carry your abuse? But like you said, brainwashing don't just stop when you escape the abuse.
Exactly.
You already there. You already believe that this person is, a good person. Apparently, you just knew that from the outside looking in, people were telling you was being abused. She said she didn't even know she was being abused. How you ain't know he was putting his hand upside your head? She said she had to go to the domestic violence website and she took a questionnaire and only 2 of the things on there he hadn't done to her. And that's what she knew she was being abused. And then the judge had to tell her on her protective order that this protective order is for your children too, because she was going to allow him to be around his kids.
Now, dig this. So the lady Lisa, back to what he was saying, she said she wanted to help him. That's why she was like, because when he first brought her in, he already knew about her when he brought her in. He knew that she was a foster child from the age of 6. He knew that she had already been molested. So he knew his aim, how he was going to target her beforehand. She said what made her leave was she had left him a few times and came back. But one time she had gotten pregnant by the first time she got pregnant by him, she had the abortion. She left again. She got pregnant again. She had a little girl. And he wanted to do DNA tests and everything to make sure it wasn't his daughter and everything. So after all of that had gone on, she said she would be sitting in the studio and she'd have her little girl on like leggings and different things like that. Her daughter's now 16. And he would say, here's $300, go buy her a dress. She said right then, that's when she knew she had to go, because he was looking at her. Once he found out that wasn't his child and everything else, he was looking at her daughter, who was about 3 or 4 years old, and would say, why is she in the pants? Why is she in those leggings? Go buy her a $300 dress. At that point in time, I'm like, that right there, it just drove me crazy.
Getting ready to grow
because the next victim, I got this kid in my house, and she's like, I had to do it for my daughter. So kudos to Lisa. I'm happy that you took your hat.
Yes. Kudos to all of the ladies that spoke out against this fool. even though everybody was speaking against y'all, because it's so easy. And like they always say, the black woman is the most disrespected woman in America. That is not a joke. That is true, because even women will attack you before they believe you. They won't even give you the benefit of the doubt.
Because half of the reason
what you was doing, being fast,
exactly.
You know,
I saw that everywhere.
Half
all
of
the girls was fast. Like, so are you.
Piggybacking off of what they're saying again. I'm sorry, Tina. Half of the reason that he was not convicted for the case with the younger girl peeing on her, there was one man juror. Did you all see it on the show? He said he didn't believe them because of the way they dressed, the way they looked. We were devalued as being black women, young black women, because of what we wore. Well, a lot of black girls, that's all you know to wear is a shirt that's revealing, because that's what's in our community. That's, you know, that's where we get our clothes from. Our parents go out and buy our clothes, and half of these clothes nowadays don't look age appropriate for little kids anyway.
Y'all be dressing y'all babies just like y'all.
Yeah, we are black women. We are voluptuous. We have breasts. We have booties. We have things that you may have on a cardigan like me and still be popping out because you have.
And my cousin, right here, it ain't a pair of pants you can wear that ain't gonna show your shape, right? You can wear them as loose as you want to wear them, right? And and I remember when you was younger. I'm sure when you was like 13 or 14, you still had that same little booming shape. And it ain't nothing you can wear. And if somebody looking at you in a sexual way, they gonna look at you regardless.
Exactly.
You can have, you know how when y'all first start growing breasts and you get that one breast, but then the other one don't grow. They look at you when you like that. And so you know what I'm saying? Like
they're old and they nasty.
Because it's in them. It's not about what you do. It's about what they're gonna do and how they're gonna respond to what you do. And they call us fat, and that's the reason why a lot of women don't speak up when they being molested or when they being abused, because the first thing you think about is how all of your parents, your grandmama, your mama always saying stop being fast. You being fast, you being grown. What's being grown? When you ask questions, when you know too much, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But that shouldn't make you make it okay for somebody to do something to you.
Be a predator over you.
Agreed.
He is horrible and he needs to be locked underneath the jail.
Another
part that I want to bring out is right now we're focusing only on the ladies. We need to watch our sons too.
Yes.
It's a lot of our
Oh my God.
Hello.
Let me explain why you have to watch your sons. You have to watch your sons for the simple fact he took the young girl Dominique and he began grooming her into a boy.
Yep.
And the person said that was his boy toy. So if he's grooming a young lady into being a boy, what's to say he's not looking at what's to say he's not looking at boys?
Yep.
I have a son who's 14 at this point in time. And I'm like, you will not groom him. You will not make him your next victim.
But I get what I definitely agree with that. And I know a lot of older women that had them a little 17-year-old little street hustler boy that was their boyfriend.
And paying their bills.
And paying their bills. And, you know, her house was their little refuge. And a lot of people look at boys like they can't be preyed upon because they men. But that's not true. If you a 20-something, 30-something-year-old woman and you got a 17-year-old boyfriend, something wrong with you too. You part of the problem. And some of these women, the women that was surrounding him, the women that was in his camp, just like Sparkle, I totally believe her story. However, I believe that if you was that close with him and you was his protege, that means that you had access to his life, meaning that you seen all of this stuff going around you and you chose to turn a blind eye because that's how you was raised. You was used to seeing shit like that. And it's not okay for the women to protect him because it had to be a horde of women that protected him while he was doing this to these
Exactly. His assistants.
But think about the power. I didn't mean to cut you off. Think about the power that this guy had. He literally was
paying people bills.
Like he was not only paying people bills, like he groomed the camp. You understand what I'm saying? He was not only paying people bills, but a word from him could literally ruin your entire career.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that could be scary to it doesn't make it right. I'm definitely not making excuses because never. But that could be one reason, especially because back in the day, Sparkle was on the come up.
Yes.
So turning that,
I have a problem with Sparkle on that show because for the simple fact when she said something about her niece coming there and she walked in and her niece was there. Come on now, Sparkle.
You ain't slow.
Come on, right.
You
ain't
knew
slow
something
and
was
you knew
going
what
on.
was going on. For
Yeah.
one, if I walk into a studio and I see my niece, and I'm like, why you here? And you finna carry your butt home.
Exactly.
You not. We ain't even finna discuss this right here. We finna go.
Right.
Because you don't supposed to be here. Why is it that it got to that point that he had to molest your niece for you to come out and say something? It had to stop somewhere. You knew what was going on.
How you not know?
I'm sitting up there. I wanted to go through that TV and
like,
pull your little ponytail.
We all know that it was money
Because
after money
goodness.
after money.
It had to be money.
It had to,
Everybody who
because-
was on his camp said the guy who did the marriage license for him and Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's
They
another
should've
one.
arrested
Yes.
him
Right,
right
guys,
in
make
there.
sure we're not talking over everybody so they can understand what we're saying.
They should have arrested him.
No, they really should have. He should have been thrown in jail. He did
Yes.
too many things to know that R. Kelly was wrong. And then he said, now, like I said, I'm in education. If at any point I gotta ask any one of y'all or anybody in that school,
If you messing with
if you're messing with somebody,
I mean, I
my
already
job
know.
is as a mandated reporter, I need to be reporting you, because if any time a question arises in my head
That
to
means you already
say
know what's going
somebody
on.
is sitting in your classroom too long, or you got them pinned up against the wall, or you're spending too much alone time with this one student, I'm doing a report anyway and let you all figure
Let
it
them
out
figure
later.
it out. Exactly.
But I'm not gonna sit here and I didn't see that. No, I saw it all.
And even Aaliyah mama coming out to us, that never happened. She never, listen, clearly it was a lot of stuff going on with Aaliyah that you didn't know.
I was
You know
with
what I
Aaliyah
mean?
at all times.
I wouldn't
No, you
even
weren't.
speak on it. You know, I feel like she feel like it's tarnishing her daughter's name, but it's not tarnishing her name. We all knew, first of all, you should have known that when they got married.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to marry a 15-year-old girl? And why did she have to lie and say she was 18? That means you clearly was involved with her.
No,
So
no. That bald-headed man that said he hated that all that happened with R. Kelly and Aaliyah, he the one,
that was letting her parents
he the
in.
one signed the sheet saying that Aaliyah could marry him. So
As
Aaliyah's
a
parents never knew.
But I'm saying once they knew about it, because they the ones that got it annulled. Because they had to give their permission once they found out that she wasn't 18. So they the ones that proceeded to get it annulled. But I mean, once you knew that your 15-year-old daughter went off and married a 27-year-old man, that should have been a red flag in your head right there. Like, okay, something going on and ain't just no friendship.
But they said how Aaliyah got blackballed. Her dad, I watched a video this morning about how she got blackballed after finding out. Let me tell you guys. So I think Fee said it. Master manipulator.
Cool child.
That he was. They said that was half the
Sure.
reason why him and Jay-Z had to stop their tour, because literally if R. Kelly's camp was walking down the hallway, everybody had to turn their heads. Nobody could look at their camp. And Jay-Z was like, I'm not having this, you know? Damon Dash and Jay-Z got into it because Damon Dash felt like, why are you
Jay,
right?
This man hurt my woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like I won't. That was when they was already going through the Rockefeller situation, but that's when he washed his hands with
I don't
Jay.
blame him.
He like, no, I told you you hurt my, you gonna continue with the tour. Our friendship is done.
Cause y'all know that Beyonce was 16
No,
when she was in this game.
No, he was not. Jay-Z did not mess with Beyonce till she was of
I don't
age.
believe
Beyonce,
that.
Yes, he did.
no, he
I
did
don't
not.
believe
He
Beyonce
messed
had
with her when she was 18.
19.
19.
I don't believe
Look,
that.
when I
In
tell
his
you,
song, he says she was 16 when I saw her.
when I saw her, but he waited for her to become of age.
Yeah, he waited.
He waited for her. No, 19. She had a boyfriend until she was 19 in Texas.
Well,
And
hell,
she was
still,
together.
don't even
But
look
what
at
you
my
looking
daughter
at me
that's
at 16?
I'm sorry. Don't
Listen,
even look at my
Let
daughter
me,
that's
Mark me
16.
at
let me tell
16.
you. Look, I can't tell you what you think in your mind. Don't act on. When you act on it, it is a crime. It is a crime. I don't know what's in your mind.
I'm scared of you
if you
care if you thinking of it.
If you
I'm
look
Because
at
scared.
thoughts turn into actions. And if he had the opportunity, it would have turned into action. Because they said that he was messing with Foxy Brown when she was 15. That she said that he took her virginity when she was 15.
Well, then Foxy needs to come on out too. Let me know all the predators, because I ain't got no problem. I don't support no predator. I don't care who you is.
And that's why a lot of them
including
ain't
the president.
speaking up. Because they know that if they speak up, they can of worms getting opened up.
Let's
You
open-
see a lot of these
let's
men
open it
ain't
up.
spoke up about it.
Kudos to John Legend for coming out.
Exactly.
He didn't care
Uh-huh.
one way or the
'Cause
other.
he
But
got
wait,
him
wasn't
hot.
he with? Wasn't John Legend with one of the predators though?
Who?
John Legend. He was like, he took a picture with one of the predators,
Who?
one of the white predators. I think I just heard this on
He probably took a picture of
On
him before they
Kev's
knew
show
he was
last
a predator.
yeah, or I don't know. I gotta look it up.
It's
I want to
our
repeat.
broadcast is interesting.
Yeah, that's the live stream. I don't want to I need to look it up because I got that from one of my homies' shows. But let's do some stats, right? This comes from the director of the Crimes Against Children Research Center. Basically, 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 20 boys is a victim of child abuse. Listen to that. 1 in 5 girls, 1 in 20 boys. It's not a whole lot of people. That's 1 every few kids you see. Self-report studies show that 20% of adult females and 5 to 10% of adult males recall a childhood sexual assault or sexual abuse incident. And that's only self-reported. So that's only the people that tell about it. During a 1-year period in the U.S., 16% of youth ages 14 to 17 have been sexually victimized.
That's true.
Over the course of their lifetime, 28% of U.S. youth ages 14 to 17 have been sexually victimized. You know what's so crazy about it is that usually the stats show and support that if they have been molested or sexually assaulted as a kid, they grow up and get raped.
Yep.
And then it says children are most vulnerable to CSA, so child sexual assault, between the ages of 7 and 13. Isn't that crazy?
Well, I tell you what, you mess with mine, you gonna die.
Okay. Don't move against it.
You gotta be ever so careful to what you tell your children, because children will keep secrets because they want to protect you. So if they think, hey, I don't want mom to go to jail or anything like that. So I'm always really cautious when I tell my kids, instead of saying I'm gonna kill him, because I am, I say things like, we don't have secrets between each other. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. There is no secret. Nobody can do anything to me. Like,
nobody can do anything to you.
Period. Nobody can do anything to you. Nobody
Mommy
can do
will
anything to
always
daddy.
believe you.
Yeah. Period.
No matter what, no matter who it is, feel comfortable coming to talk to me.
Period. At the end of the day, a Bureau of Justice Statistics report shows that 1.6%, so that's 16 out of 1,000 children between the ages of 12 to 17 were victims of rape. The study conducted in 1986 found that 63% of women who had suffered sexual abuse by a family member also reported a rape or attempted rape after the age of 14. And that's what I be saying. I went to school with this girl, and I went over to her house. They had like a, I don't know if it was a holiday or some type of cookout. White girl, right? I go over there and I'm looking, and the grandfather is holding one of her daughters. It's like, I don't know if it was her daughter? Or was it her sister's daughter? Somebody's daughter, this was years ago. Was holding a daughter, basically, the granddad. And the granddad, most people, when you hold a child on the leg. The granddad had the child right in the center of him. And he was just like, kind of like, I don't know, like, I questioned it, like, what? And I was young. I was like, what in the entire family was there.
And they didn't say nothing wrong.
Nobody said anything.
That's grandpa. That's Pawpaw. He don't do that.
Nobody said anything. But Pawpaw has a history of molesting the children. So why would you
Even let your child?
Let me tell you something. We don't have no history or nothing, and you ain't holding my baby. Put her down. Put her down. I don't even care. I ain't even gotta say nothing, because I'm gonna tell you right now, my son is coming. You're gonna be like, oh, I'll take her right off. Thank
Men
you.
being champions for the women in a family. That's the missing link. Because most of these women probably didn't have a dad. Even the dads that did show up on those documentaries, they seemed like they were
They didn't have a lot to
say. They were what do you call it? Whatever. They were out for themselves. Like they were capitalizing on the situation, that their daughters was talented, that they was introduced to R. Kelly, that kind of thing. So they seemed more like businessmen than fathers. You know what I mean? Until something went down. Now they want to be a dad. But you should have been protecting your baby from the beginning. And that's what Master P was saying. Ain't no way I'll be throwing no rocks in no window. I'll be airing that whole building out. Everybody have to come up out of there. And that's what a real father would do. That's what a real father would think. And that's the reason why a lot of these women are subject to abuses, because they don't have no father or no men in their life telling them how to move as a woman around men, telling them what men are supposed to do, what men aren't supposed to do, making them feel beautiful, and telling them, affirming them or validating them as a woman, so they look for it from other places. My uncle, that black thing you just saw, my uncle ain't, if he walked in a room and he seen us sitting too close to any one of our relatives, I'm not talking about strangers, strangers. I'm talking about uncles. I'm talking about cousins in our family. My uncle would go crazy. We used to go to backyard barbecues, and my mom used to let us, like, you know, get in the dance contest with the kids and stuff like that. And you know, back then the little dances was popping and stuff like that. Everybody knew when my uncle stepped back there, they knew we was getting off the dance floor. They knew we wasn't participating in nothing. And not because he, you know, spanked us or he yelled at us, but he clearly let us know that that wasn't appropriate. That's not how you dance. And you don't dance like that at home. You don't dance like that in front of nobody. And you ain't sitting on nobody's lap. You're not around no grown men. Don't, you know, they used to sit out on the porch in front of my auntie house. And I remember he wouldn't even let us like walk past the porch. We had to play on this side of my auntie porch. That's where you played at. If it's because you know, it'd be all their buddies and their friends drinking and talking crazy. He didn't even let us play on that porch.
I started laughing because I had a childhood memory flashing in my head.
Not play, okay?
We used to live next door to this man named Mr. Cole. Me and my sister. Is my sister alive yet?
No, I'm trying. Our live is not working.
Well, I mean, it's a bunch of Coles in the world, but he used to always be like, me and my sister was cheerleaders. We was young girls. And he used to be like, do a cheer for me. And one day we was out there doing this cheer, and my grandma came out there and snapped. She was like, you don't do no cheer for him. I don't want you over there. Don't talk to him. And I was young. I didn't understand. I was like, what's the big deal? You just want to see us cheer.
No, he want to see us
but as I got older and I started thinking back on that, I understand exactly. He was a pervert. He's a pedophile. He wanted to see young girls shaking in front of him. And he used to, and now that I think about him in my mind, oh, he looks like a creep. He used to have this smile on his face and we used to be cheering like,
oh yeah. or the uncles they always say, you sure grew up, or you sure look like your mama, or you know, stuff like that. Like,
God, you nasty uncle.
You creepy. Give me a hug. Give your uncle a kiss. You know,
and that's like one thing that I read the other month, back in November or October-ish, about when you're at a family outing and your kids are like, no, I don't want to hug. Stop pushing them babies to go hug some uncle so-and-so.
Oh,
stop pushing them.
I don't ever push them.
You know,
let them hug.
No, but parents do. Girl, go get your uncle a hug. No, she's not feeling comfortable with that, and I'm okay with that.
And then that should raise a red flag to be like, okay, why isn't that she don't want to go by?
Exactly.
I'll be asking.
Exactly. That's when the questions need to start occurring. And you
when
need to
Uncle
start
so-and-so
looking
come and say, give Uncle so back up. I'm gonna catch you right there, Uncle.
Right.
Back your ass up.
And it's a lot of us parents need to start, like back in the day when we were younger, my grandmother used to always say, go play with the kids and get out of grown folks' faces.
Oh, they don't got that.
So that's where we need to get back to what our grandparents used to say to our children. The way our grandparents kept the kids out of reach from the adults.
Exactly.
So,
sorry, I don't let my kids out of my sight, so they have to be in adult space. Because you ain't going in no separate rooms to play.
That's
y'all already know.
Y'all know what happened in the separate rooms. Remember, we used to be playing house. Mama, daddy, it's always bedtime.
I come up there and you playing house.
Type of stuff. I don't believe in that separate room stuff either. That's why when I have events, I normally have something that's kid friendly in the sight of grown people. You know what I mean? Because they don't need to be in no separate
But you
rooms.
know I watch mine. I'd be like, no. They like, oh, she fine. You need to mind your business immediately. I'll tell you when she's fine, and she's not fine. Now my older kids, they can go on off. They can handle themselves. Right. I have that. My son's like, I still can't spend the night with nobody else. I'm 17. I said, I want to make it you.
My granny wasn't going on. My granny wasn't going for that
at all.
If they had a man in that house, a son or a husband, we was not spending the night over there. Period.
Point blank.
Don't even ask. You can have them come over here and spend the night over here, but you can't go over
But you know what? I would have to be honest. For the protection of my husband and my son, when my daughters are having sleepover, my son go to my brother's house and spend the night.
You already know all that.
My best friend mom used to do the same thing. In order for me to come over there, she would send her son over to his dad's house.
My son goes to my brother's house, and like the other day, there was a little girl who was at our house, wanted to spend the night and everything. I said no. I said, Miss Shai is going out, baby. So when I leave, hey y'all, when I leave, My girls, yeah, they stay with their dad. My mother was here from Chicago still, but I'm not in the house.
Exactly.
I'm not leaving
You
your
don't
child in my
have a
house.
You're responsible.
Exactly.
Yes.
So no, and then so that's my thing. My son goes over to my nephew's house. He hang out over there. My husband in the bed sleep or whatever. There have been times that I'm like, okay, y'all sleep. The girls can all sleep in the family room or whatever, and I be like, look. But then nobody.
You know what? My son.
Nobody walk
Because
back
I know
here.
what I used to be doing, child.
When I had custody of my husband's
Your
daughter,
brother, girl.
she more so liked to spend the night. My niece doesn't do this. My niece is she's my sister, of course. She's my sister, so she raises her children like I raise my children. We already know ain't none of that going on. So it's my niece is she's used to it. She don't ask nobody to spend the night. She ain't gonna ask to spend it at nobody's house.
Exactly.
No, my kids. It takes my son 6 months to get up the courage, only to be told no. Poor thing. And I always say next time. He said you've been next time me since I was 14.
Dan, stop asking.
Sorry,
stop asking.
Dan.
Give up. But it's a
Your
nice
mom
thing to
is
say.
crazy.
But my husband's daughter was more so used to being able, because her mom lets her spend the night out and all of that stuff. So it was a big transition for her when she came to live with me. And she said, can I spend the night? And I told her, listen, I'm going to help you. Stop asking me.
The answer is always
The answer
no.
is always going to be no. Now, I will let them have friends over if I could find somewhere for my son to go that I trust. So if my mom, if he's like, I want to go to grandma's house. If he doesn't want to go to grandma's house, you're not going to be able to spend. They can't spend the night.
Right.
My son is 17 years old, and my son is extremely handsome. And your friends, they
Fine.
dote over him.
And then
They be like,
oh,
Dan. No, you're not.
pin something on my
You ain't gonna pin nothing on. Not saying that the girls would, but I don't even
But
need
don't
no
even make
misconception.
it and don't even give the opportunity. People do crimes are always crimes of opportunity. You place the opportunity to the wrong person, and they're gonna do what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? So that's the real tea. Parents, be accountable for your children. They should never be in certain situations. And if you find out they're in certain situations, go in there guns blazing. It would be no rocks thrown at the window. I'm with Master P. If Kingston up in the house and they ain't letting me in, I'm kicking the door down. Period.
But the only hard part with that is they are 21. When the law
Now,
comes, the law is going to be on their side.
They
And as
had
long
too many
as R. Kelly
opportunities
has
before.
them brainwashed, saying, oh no, everything is okay.
But you
The
know,
moms are at fault. The dads are at fault. They can, if I go over to your house and I'm let my child out, I'm going to jail
Oh,
because
exactly.
my kid is but still with no kid,
And I'm gonna be cute in my picture, like
it's for real, but still without your kid. The one
Exactly.
mother, this is how you can tell that man had them brainwashed. When she got Dominique out of there, Dominique come running out the building. They running side to side, jump in the car. Dominique don't want to be seen, nothing. She was scared, but she wanted to be out of that. The other girl, Joycelyn, she wants to be out of it. They want out, but they just don't know. He's brainwashed them to the point that, you know.
she the trainer now.
Oh yeah, she
and then
probably
you have to
got her
really
own
think
thing
about
going.
it too, because now R. Kelly has been at the hospital several times with panic attacks since this has aired.
You'll be panicking too. You about to go to prison.
So therefore, no, I'm just saying. So therefore, it's some truth to this story. Because if you ain't do nothing to these children, you wouldn't be panicking. You wouldn't be
Listen.
worrying about all that.
He would have a tough time trying to brainwash Mimi, because if she has to choose over dealing with her mother, who she knows will happily sit behind the bars for what I'm gonna do to you if you mess with mine, she wouldn't want to. She's like, nah, I can't be brainwashed by you right now. You gonna have to wait until my mom died, because my mom is insane.
Yeah, Miri ain't gonna.
Because I don't.
She not.
Mimi. I don't want people to know who she is.
Mimi not gonna go.
Because I'm not playing. Listen, I'm not playing with you about my kids at all. And I have grown up, so I'm super chill. I try to be sometimes, most time, not
She lying.
20% of the time.
I don't know.
I try to
have
be-
grown kids,
she
and
lying.
I try to be,
I
but
ain't chilling on
when
that.
it comes to my kids, there is no boundary that I will not cross to do what's needed for them.
Mine's 20.
And I feel like as an
their
adult,
20s, no.
you have got to protect your children. You got to protect them from this world. People like, oh, you still do X, Y, Z, because my daughter is young. I'm like, she's only 21. That don't make her grown. I'm still teaching her how to be an adult.
How to live like an adult.
And why does it affect you? I don't ask you for any money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I pay her rent, how does it affect you?
That's your child.
Why are you upset? I'm not throwing mine to the wolves ever.
Can't see you can live with your mama till you wanna go, okay?
All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this topic up. We're going to go ahead and go into our affirmations part, our you are, so we can close the show up. So we'll start with Tina and rotate around. Oh, well, before we do that, let me give my whole little spiel. For one, be selfish, say no, be happy, take care of yourself, be free, be open, be unafraid, be non-judgmental of other women, accept a compliment, be orgasmic, and be here next time.
Be yourself. Be secure. Love you.
Amen. I'm going to say you are smarter than you know, and you are stronger than you know.
Absolutely agree.
And in light of what we've just talked about, I want all women to know you are not forgotten.
Amen.
Absolutely. All right, that wraps our show up. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, y'all. Ooh. So we got cut off on our live for our Orgasmic Women page. So I went live. I know super awkward just looking at my pretty far. But we just taped our first show. We normally do about 2 shows per time we get together, just because we all are super busy and that's just how it works for us. So if you guys want to stay tuned on our live on Orgasmic Women will be back up in a second, and we're gonna film the second show. We have brand new topics. You know, everything is gonna be fresh and new. So stay with us. You know, go to Orgasmic Women, like the page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share our lives, share our videos. Because we the ghetto view. I mean, we talking how y'all want to talk. We be talking on social media, just how, you know, we argue with y'all on social media when we ain't on camera. You can also call in, because did nobody call in the last show? I'm surprised. Because y'all had a lot to say about R. Kelly in the last couple of weeks. But call into our show. The next show is gonna be about the girl code. So girl code, loyalty to the neighborhood hope. So our next show is gonna be about that. So our calling number is 646-564-9986. But I appreciate all of y'all that watch. I appreciate all of y'all that watch my live. I appreciate everybody that's gonna go and like the page. Send us your what is it called? The O women letter.
Yeah.
Dear
women.
What is it?
Dear women.
Dear old women letter. Please send us your letters if you have questions you want us to answer on air. I promise you it will be completely anonymous. We will not say your name. We will not, talk like we know about your situation, because we don't. I'm just talking in general. So if anybody got offended, that's just not tea, okay? And
did you see what I wrote right
our
here?
whole panel here, it got kind of heated when we was talking about R. Kelly. We was all a little long winded because we had a lot to say. Y'all see my cousin? That's the original picture.
I'm like, are we recording? But I hope we are.
Me too.
It wasn't recording?
But we are gonna see right now.
Lord Jesus. Okay, so I mean,
If I wrote it, I'm like, are we recording?
our host, she likes to switch stuff up and bring in a lot of unneeded, unnecessary technology that we don't know how to use. And so that causes a lot of technical difficulties, and she be the only one that really know what she's doing. I definitely don't be knowing what I'm doing. I barely know how to sign on to my YouTube. I mean my
Looking for photos and stuff.
Facebook.
She don't even know what to call
Because
it.
if it ain't on my phone,
I wrote it. I'm like,
also,
She don't know what to
since
call
I got 6 of y'all watching me,
If
if you need your makeup done and you're in the greater Phoenix area, I am starting my business. It's called Purple Kisses. So come get kissed by Fee.
maybe just the screen.
I'm hooking people up. We're gonna start off, with some good prices. So we're gonna be doing full faces for $35. If you want lashes, it's gonna be $40. But I have tons of lashes. I have tons of colors. I have every shade,
What is
every
this
chocolate
special?
woman, every white woman, every Asian woman. I have olive undertones, yellow undertones, red undertones.
Look, when is this special?
tan.
What is your special skirt?
The specials are starting now. And they going indefinitely until I build my clientele up. So all of these ladies have had their makeup done by me at some point, and they can all vouch for the kid. Look, you see them brows. They can all vouch for the kid. I can do makeup. So let me help y'all out. get y'all off Fleeky or whatever. If y'all live in Phoenix, whenever I'm in Milwaukee, I'm gonna be doing makeup.
I'm renewing my
I
vows.
don't plan on being there no time soon.
Are you?
He don't know.
Oh, I was like, did he do it?
He don't know. He don't know. I'm just renewing.
I can't believe I got 7 minutes.
We're out of time. We ain't gonna do the second show.
What's going on?
They can all
Ooh, I can see it. So, I don't know if we're going to take our second show. So, y'all just stay tuned. Let's see what's going to happen. The technology guru done effed up everything. We just had a real good conversation.
Oh my God, if we did, I'm about to just be.
Don't cry, cuz I'm going to cry for you.
What
In the
time you
car.
gonna put us out to?
We have to 4:30.
It's 4:29.
Are they what? Gonna try to work here?
Well, they close at 5.
Who y'all?
Yeah, but we can do it on the show.
Hey, Shay.
Do that show.
Thanks, girl. I'm trying to be like,
Look,
you
we
know,
recording this
the
show.
ghetto. Well, she's trying to be like the ghetto Oprah. I'm gonna just be Gail, you know. We just support her.
what?
Hey, Kim,
Well,
finally. We
look.
see you. Like, what's this? So long, bro.
Sis, I've been waiting on you to get here all day.
Right. Thank you, girl. Girl, I finally tried to do my little Jimmy pony.
Girl, you did it
My little
too.
Jimmy
I'm
pony.
coming up in here slaying like that. You know, I tried not to let you on the show.
Girl, don't not let me on the
You better
show.
not come up in here like that no more.
Girl,
Let me know.
I be
Well, I
some
got
eligible
3
bachelors out there watching us, okay?
I'm
I am
putting
single.
up on
If
your name.
anybody needs,
I'm putting single up on your
I'm a good. Now I might not cook every day, but I know how to cook. And if you let me be a stay-at-home
Sis.
wife, I'll do whatever you want me to.
Hey, do you remember Mr. Cole?
While you was doing
for him?
cheers for him, Kim,
Hey.
he was a petty.
Yeah. No, she's talking to
She
you.
talking about
No,
me.
she's talking about me, fool.
Cousin, who you talking about? Me or your
I
sister?
promise you she's talking about me. She don't get
Who
away
you
with a
talking
compliment with me.
Who you talking about, cousin? Me or her? Because either way, it's a compliment to me.
It is. I said it's still at the recording.
Okay.
Found it.
I'm gonna see what's wrong because we got 3.
What they do?
I hate you while you was doing cheers for him.
She said, my grandma did not like that man. She said both of us.
Oh, thanks, sis. Let's see what we got.
Let's see what
This
we
shit
got.
real. Why?
This is it. It's a 1 hour and 7 minutes.
Cause she's
Hey, Cherie girl. I don't normally go live. I don't even know how this new stuff works. I heard you can invite people on cameras
Yeah,
with you and they can talk.
Oh, it's
I heard.
Cause today she sent me a message talking about.
Oh, look at my double chin. But see, that's why y'all know you got to contour and highlight, child. Oh, Cherie, you missed all the tea, girl. We was taping the Orgasmic Women show. Go to the page and like it. You can see our live video. We basically just a panel of women. This is the host, and we just talk about issues that are going on today from a woman's point of view. We all opinionated, so that's just how it is. Yeah, Cherie, I'm ready to get in some trouble tonight. You wanna go to Westgate, girl? You wanna go to Westgate so I can swing my pony? Yeah, I feel like I'm too cute to be up in the house today, but I'm babysitting, so I don't even know if I'm doing.
Babysitting that show.
No, I got my cousin kids.
Oh.
Wait, no, Kingston,
like,
Kingston belonged to my granny. That ain't my
I
kid.
was like, yeah, that's kind of like picture.
That's my granny's son.
They say no key required.
Y'all see my fake diamond earrings? Now, I'm single, so I'm looking for a man to buy me some real ones. However, the Cuban zirconias ain't that bad, you know. It's not
Guess what?
What? It didn't take. You lying to me, cuz.
It didn't take.
Now that I think about it, I don't even think I hit the record button. That's why I need my clicker.
I was cute and everything.
On the flip side, I asked my
Yes,
husband.
thank you, Illyria, girl.
Look, I asked my husband to buy me some diamond earrings, girl. I got $5,000 hearing aids, no diamond earrings yet.
Hey,
but
but he got you what you needed.
yeah,
Right?
look, got me some hearing aids, but ain't give me no
Thank you,
diamonds.
Illyria, girl. I was watching YouTube or
I
whatever.
can't believe that shit.
Cousin, this is why you be introducing too much technology.
Dad, listen, I forgot to hit the record button. I didn't even
You
hear
can't be. Look, I'm doing my.
Oh, hey,
My shimmers.
hey, look
My
at this.
shimmers in the
Look at her
back.
face. That moment you forget to push record and it was a live ad show. Well, our live video is live, so we can redo this.
Oh my god.
I think.
Because I'm used to my clickers.
You know what we should do though? We should start putting like my granny them out on Sundays. When we do it in my house, then we can do like 3 shows a month.
Where are we gonna put them out to?
I can see my granny. If I give her some money, she'll stay out for a few hours. She be at the Goodwill.
That would be
Look,
good.
I was
Then we
gonna
can
say,
sit
because
down.
Hey,
I can
Squirrel.
get rid of my family. Look, now I got a place to live. Look, I'm like, now I got some place.
Well, y'all
to
should
live.
have told me that before I keep on paying $40.
Well, no, I didn't think of that before. Hey, Rissa.
I wasn't thinking either, but we can definitely.
I'm so devastated right now. You don't even know.
It's okay, friend.
That was a great show.
It
was a
was,
really
but
good
I feel
show.
like I'm
But
gonna
we
be
did
a little
live.
more. You know how we always be all over the place at first, and then we be getting our thoughts together, and when we retake, it'll be better. It'll be better, and we still have the live video. Hey, Rissa, you want to go out tonight?
Where you babysitting? You ain't going nowhere. Shut up.
Oh, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm tripping.
I just can't believe this.
I'm a real adult now.
Fee, I need you to see if you can open up this thing so I can see if it's a battery in it.
Open up what?
Right here, because I can't understand the instructions on the back of it.
On the back of what?
The remote control.
That remote?
Yeah, the new remote. That's why I did it, because I need my clicker. You know, I have a clicker.
Hey,
And I'm sitting there and I wrote it down.
And you gotta do me like that.
Look, I'm like,
Little Squirrel. Remember we used to call you Little
Because I
Squirrel?
y'all think I'm reading your stuff, so I don't ever like look over your stuff.
I may have called you
That
some
was-
other names,
see,
but
that
I remember
was-
when I used to
the
call you Little
most you
Squirrel.
gonna see on here is London's 9th birthday party. My little notes about Centoya.
I don't
And
know.
I'm like, I had it right here. I'm like, yeah, she.
Oh, this the remote?
Is the battery already in here or not? Do I gotta buy a battery?
You're gonna have to buy a remote, right?
It's a. Oh, see, you just pulled this out. Hey, Dee girl.
I just can't believe it.
What's it, a key?
I am so hungry, yeah.
Okay. Me too, girl.
Cousin,
My
you
husband was
tried
grilling
this?
before I left, so I'm like, okay, I'm
It's
gonna be
a
good.
push and release or something. Ooh, showing my whole fat neck on that video. Jesus. Cousin, this is the face that you made when you got technology
Yes.
but forget to push.
I'm the background dancer. Like,
Hey, Lexus. Okay, first of all, it's my friend Lexus's birthday.
hey, Lexus, happy birthday.
So, girl, happy birthday, Lex.
Happy birthday.
Look, where she mad?
Tina got it out.
My cousin.
Hi.
That's
Oh,
happy birthday.
it already had a battery in here?
Yeah, it did. You ain't even
Oh, I
try
could
it.
have just dropped it.
Stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Too much technology.
Look
That's
at
all.
this.
It's my friend Alexis's birthday. Happy birthday, Alexis. I'm gonna sing you my Whitney
think this
Houston
goes-
version
Well,
of
it's there.
Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
We gonna get that same momentum back again. That was a good show. We was going
I do my
bananas.
best.
That's why we sit here.
Birthday
Tina, I'm so concerned about my hair.
you.
Who's your stylist?
Fiasha, shut up.
Happy
Who's your
birthday,
stylist?
Oh,
dear
Daddy.
Alexis. Sorry, Alexis already started.
yeah.
Happy
You so petty,
So
dog.
how did that? That little
That's
vibrato.
her.
No, like you going towards Lynchfield and then
Hey, Destiny girl.
get out there, it's on Roosevelt.
So that was my Whitney Houston happy birthday. You can thank me for it later. I hope you opened your emails already, so you know what you got. And can you make yourself available in
What's her
about 20
range,
minutes?
though?
I'll be over your house to come get you, so you can go get a drink.
When I go there and I
And
don't
I'm
need no
not
haircut, it's like
coming
$50 something.
over, just coming in.
So if I get the
I don't know if
shebang,
you had a
the
problem with it, but
cut,
I'll be here.
the another, all that is like that.
Y'all, you know
What
what?
color?
I always feel
I
like,
do my own
why do
color.
people be going live? You literally just be talking to
I
yourself
always
and
do
saying,
my own color.
and then you be, and people be like,
my
and
face is too
they be just looking at themselves and fixing their hair.
faces.
Wait, let me tell you why. The last time I cut my hair, somebody was like, "Oh, we thought you was Kim Burrell." I said, "Oh hell no, y'all."
Girl, no, they didn't think you could run on them.
They, oh wait, look, I done took my.
My bad, girl.
I took my bag.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
I thought we was I did not flip. I'm getting my bangs, girl.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna stop being a narcissist and get off live because I'm really just looking at
It's
myself.
one of them invisible ponytails.
It ain't even really no point.
Girl, let me see what
But
you got.
my cousin
Girl,
is super
look,
upset
so
right
it
now.
has 2 clips on it.
But I still bought it.
And you clip your
We had a good
bangs down,
show.
but
It was fun. Everybody on live is gonna see it except the live stopped working after a while. So
I can't even download it to get it.
you can't even download the live because the live stopped working.
Flip it.
I appreciate y'all for going to the page, liking and sharing women, watching our lives, watching our shows. Because I mean, we just gonna get better. It's gonna be fun. And you don't want to be the person that didn't watch.
I'm finna buy me a wig for the take with me just in case New York is cold.
Full scale, and y'all be like, "Oh, can I get tickets to the show?"
I'm my head.
And then I be like,
I'm thinking
"Damn,
I'm doing
hell
this
no."
one instead of a soda.
Now that I'm
Fee, get off the line.
guys.
Sorry, get off. You ain't talking about nothing.
Hey, Erica.
Look, I have it all. Look, hair all pulled back.
I forgot. I didn't even know you.
Look, I'm letting
Even when you get it up like
letting it go.
Ooh, chalet.
Look, I'm letting loose up in here and never hair. Took my bangs
Okay,
off. Look, when Mother say record, I'm gonna pull it back down. Clip it.
We finished the show.
Thank y'all
And
for
realized
subscribing. Thank y'all for subscribing to our
recording.
YouTube channel, Orgasmic Women on YouTube. I know a lot of y'all probably don't subscribe to stuff on YouTube, but
Are we recording again? Like, no, we're packing up.
that's where we
packing
post
up.
all the shows. We're gonna post
I'm
all the
really
shows
upset
on
for
Facebook.
today.
No, we can do this again, friend.
It's
I already have shows scheduled, and it's already
So
signed up.
this is really a
So I don't even
good
know where.
topic.
I know, but I don't know when I would find the time to be able to do it. It had to be something I'd have to squeeze in, and on a Saturday because the Sundays are booked. Literally, guys, you guys are live.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching us.
Thanks for watching the
I'm
Orgasmic Women Show.
I'm gonna
We
explain
really
to y'all.
appreciate everyone that watched us and gave your opinions. We truly, truly enjoy you guys
My cousin
watching
upset
us,
right now.
interacting with us.
Say
Don't
it
mind
again.
my cousin.
My cousin's
Yosha.
my cousin's so
She over here
upset.
finna get ready and sing a song for you guys. She
I'm
just
finna-
waiting on her turn.
I'm
Or
finna
either
sit-
twerk.
I'm finna sing my cousin
Twerk,
a song. Cousin, I'm living my best life.
Shut up.
I ain't going back. Okay, my cousin is upset right now.
You want me to fuck
I mean, we
you?
had a good show
Yeah,
My
shut the
cousin
computer down before you
upset.
take the heart.
because she shut her camera down and
There's
she
no
didn't.
one. I ain't taking nothing out.
Just shut it down.
I appreciate
so I don't
y'all.
lose nothing.
You've been on live. You know what? Actually,
Let Tina handle that.
You
I'm
shut
phone.
down now.
I just restarted it back up.
it say an hour and 26 minutes on here that it's been recording.
And then remember it paused, so it didn't catch the ending part of it because I had to just push.
No, it paused. The broadcast got interrupted to the live viewers, but it looked like it still was recording
No, she
Okay, I'm
just
gonna check it.
because you can see that it says live plus recording 1 hour 26 minutes.
yeah, so it's recorded.
So we might have the show. We're gonna be all looking the wrong way, but it's cool.
And I took my hair off.
Ooh.